Most traders don't fail because of bad analysis, but rather they fail because they don't remember why they entered in the first place. Swing trading is a game of memory, reflection, and consistency. And your journal is your best friend in that journey. So let's learn how to use it the right way. Hi, I am Pranav VK, your swing trading guide here at Stockshaala by Kotak Securities. I used to blame the markets for every single loss. But since then, I understood that journaling has helped me understand why I am going wrong and what corrections I can make for every single trade. It is easier said than done, and even today, I sometimes struggle to consistently journal, and that is why I use technology to do that work for me. Journaling helped me see patterns of not just weakness but also of strength. So when I started seeing patterns of weakness, then I started avoiding them, and when I started looking at the patterns of strength, then I started doing more of it. For example, when I saw that specific days and specific time of days was giving me higher profits and consistent profits, I started doing more of that compared to doing everything on every single day. That reduced my losses and increased my consistency in profitability. And here's an important point that I also did. The patterns of weakness that I identified, I started reducing them, and which had a great impact than focusing on higher profits. And for that reason, today I'm going to show you what exactly you can track in your journals and make sure you can build the confidence just like I did. Swing trading is a game of holding a stock from a few days to a few weeks. So you won't always remember why you took a trade until it is written down. Journaling helps you in many ways. Some of the ways are helping in your decision making, spotting your emotional triggers, learning from both wins and losses, and most importantly, building your consistency in your system and seeing what is the major pattern of strength that you have and how to avoid the patterns of weakness. Bottom line is that journaling is the only way on how you can evolve as a trader. If you're not journaling, then all you're doing is reacting to every single move in the markets. Now we'll discuss the most exciting part. What are the major things a great swing trading journal must include in their journals? The first one is the most basic but important. That is nothing but the date and the script. So you should always note down the stock that you have entered and the date when you entered. Even better if you can enter the time as well. The second one is the strategy or the setup used. Was this a breakout trade, or was it a swing trade, or was it a different strategy altogether? So always make sure you're mentioning which strategy did you trade in, so that at the end of 1 year, maybe you'll know out of 300 trades, 100 trades were of strategy 1, 100 trades of strategy 2, and 100 trades were of strategy 3. And this will also help you identify which one performed the best, along with the risk as well as the reward, so that in the upcoming year you can focus on the best ones. Now that you have mentioned the date, the script as well as the strategy used, the next thing is identifying what was your entry trigger. Was it because of a bullish harami, or was it because of a specific price action, or was it because of an indicator? What exactly helped you identify the entry trigger? This is a very crucial point to enter in your journal. The fourth one is the most important, and that is your emotional state. When you were entering into this trade, were you confident? Were you fearful? Or were you like 50-50 on that specific trade? Now, when you start tracking all of this for a few number of trades, you'll start seeing a pattern that a specific kind of emotional state actually gave you better results. And that will make sure that you can filter out the trades when you're not feeling that kind of an emotional state. And if you're not confident, then your trade is possibly going to go in the wrong direction. Here's a quick hack. In fact, you can use emojis as well as color codes so that you can identify the emotional state of your trade very quickly. The next metric to track is your exit. So did you follow the plan? Did you exit where you were supposed to? Did you wait for the stop loss, or did you wait for the target, or did you exit too soon? So track these metrics so that you know when you actually followed the entire strategy and when you exited too early. An interesting thing that you'll find out when you do this for a large number of trades is that whenever you followed the strategy, if you just followed it, then you would have made higher profits with smaller losses. Whereas whenever you exited early, that is when you would have made smaller profits and simply lost on the opportunity cost. And the final metric is the outcome. It's not always important about the profit or loss, but rather why the profit or why the loss is much more important. So always try to put a learning with a single line next to each trade. Sometimes you might not have to over monitor every single trade, and that's okay. But the most important part is that if you made a mistake, then make sure you're tracking it more importantly than when you made a profit. If you are a beginner and you want to start with simple tools where you don't have to pay anything, then Excel is the best tool for you. All you have to do is open a new spreadsheet and enter all the metrics that I mentioned so far. And as and when you trade, keep updating it so that you have the latest journey. But if you would like to use technology and be faster about it, then you can Google for some tracking journals that is available online in the market. Now, there are two ways you can journal. One is a physical journal and the second is a digital journal. So far we discussed a digital journal, but you can do the same thing even in a physical journal using just a notebook. And sometimes that is even better than a digital one because you're more conscious about what you're writing and what exactly you did during the trade. So choose what works for you and stick to it. The most important thing is that it's not about whether you do it physically or digitally, but rather the reflection is what is more important. Now let's understand how journaling actually builds confidence. Let's say you have done 30 trades, and out of 30 trades, 15 are profitable, 15 are losses. But your risk to reward has been taken care of and you had probably 1:1 risk to reward as well. So you have a 50-50% probability of profit and 1:1 risk to reward ratio. In this case, you're just profitable by a very small margin. But the important aspect is that now you're able to identify a pattern where you're actually making mistakes and you can focus on reducing that. And when you do that, you're increasing your probability and thereby increasing your profitability as well. And when you do that, your confidence automatically builds up because now you're not chasing every single trade to be profitable, but rather you're focusing on the system as a whole. And most importantly, you'll stop repeating old mistakes, and that is what separates a systematic trader from an emotional one. In the upcoming video, I'm going to talk about swing trading checklists, a simple habit that is going to separate a decision making based on data versus a decision based on emotions. Go ahead and like this video if you learned something from it and share it with your friends. I am Pranav VK and I'm going to see you in the next video. Until then, keep learning and keep growing with Stockshaala by Kotak Securities.
Investments in securities market are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.